pumps and blood fuel are far superior to anything found here on Earth. Kill! 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 Everything's going smoothly.
Great, just what we need, more terrorists.
Okay, Cindy, I've got something. Channel 27 already has a news crawl up on this. I want it live.
I'm on it. Excuse me. Hello, newsroom. I know, Jeff, I just heard what's happening.
Well, if there's ever something to motivate an investigative reporter, this is it.
I'm off right now with a crew to do some sidewalk interviews. Bye-bye.
Double mic those interviews. I want to hear them.
You got it. We're heading for Mayberry Park.
Our creation will come alive to rule this planet.
There's some people running over there. Let's talk to them.
Oh, no, my God, there's things back there. They're just killing people everywhere. There's blood. We have
blood, there's bodies everywhere. Run!
can I talk to you? Did you see any of these attackers?
Hell yes, I seen them. One of them swung a big sword at me and barely missed me by an inch. Then I heard screaming and I wasn't going to stick around. And I'm getting the hell out of here.
Ma'am, excuse me, did you see what happened? They're crazy. There's too many of them. They killed my husband. They killed my husband. You gotta get out of here. Save yourself. Save yourself.
Miss, did you see any of these killers?
I saw they have these big knives. They kept hitting and chopping.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll come with me, the president's ready to see us next door.
Gentlemen, I apologize for keeping you waiting, but it was unavoidable.
The Oval Office was not available for us today, so we're meeting in this room instead.
I think we all know why we're here. General Kingston, what makes you believe that these random killings are a threat to our national security?
The incidents that are taking place now are similar to what happened when a brilliant astrophysicist attempted to create superhuman beings for the purpose of inhabiting large asteroids that are speeding through our universe right now.
Remember that well in the media? I think they called them Astro-Zombies. They were like a walking dead.
We do know of certain attempts by other governments to explore this previously never approached subject. I seem to recall that these previous attempts might have been successful if they had not used defective brains.
We do know that this astrophysicist was using brains extracted from executed criminals.
Yes, as well as dead bodies of accident victims, which were cryogenically preserved.
And there were no guarantees that the brain matter would survive the freezing process to again become functional after the transplanting.
Our intelligence branches have gathered pertinent information. The chips have been created by scientists that could change the process of our evolution.
Let me make sure I understand you correctly. Are you saying that when these chips are implanted in human tissue, they can create living organisms?
My department would certainly be interested in knowing something about that.
You mean they're attempting to regenerate body parts and new growth tissues?
Our informants tell us this is happening as we speak.
Well, there's no question about that, because if this becomes a reality, every country in the civilized world is ready to risk nuclear warfare to obtain this type of intelligence.
This will make cloning humans a thing of the past.
Mr. President and staff, would you like to have all of this information scripted into conventional minutes of this meeting?
Speaking for the media explosion that could follow, I'd like to recommend complete confidentiality here, if you agree, sir.
I agree. I want no public release of the information that we've discussed here today. If this gets out of the public, it could create unmanageable controversy. If the foreign consulates get into a feeding frenzy to be the first to acquire the knowledge and the ability to put these humans in some uninhabited form onto one of the asteroids we've discovered, then the possibilities are endless.
My department would certainly be interested in this information if it were so.
Jeff, I want you to tighten your FBI links to the CIA. Looks like we're going to need all the help we can get on this.
I'll do my best, sir.
General Kingston, I want you to put together a staff of the most knowledgeable scientists you can find on this subject. I want you to conduct an investigation and find out exactly what we're dealing with.
Yes, sir, I'm on it.
Gentlemen, ladies, I want you to keep me informed of your daily progress. I'll be available any hour, day, or night. So, I think we know what we have to deal with here. If nobody has anything further, this meeting is adjourned.
Hey, baby. How'd the meeting go? Any new developments?
Are you kidding? They all have their own ideas, but no one's positive. They're all just guessing.
I think you're holding out on me. Do you know more than you're letting on?
I mean, I have my own ideas, but as to what's being discussed in the president's office...
I know. Top secret, can't tell a soul.
Keep digging, love. You're bound to uncover something.
Oh, speaking of covers.
Yeah, I'm forgetting you under the covers right now.
I'm serious. We have to stop and pick up the new slip covers I had made for the bed.
I'm serious, too. I mean, I'm also thinking about your bed.
Life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returneth, was not written on the soul. What? Who activates my voice circuits? What do you want?
This time, DeMarco, I must have all of the information. You have withheld important instructions from me.
What makes you think I care to share my secrets with you, Dr. Mikosevich? They were mine, and mine alone.
Come, DeMarco. As a fellow scientist, I thought your information would be more forthcoming.
Perhaps you're right. I suppose I could give you some little clues about the heart flow valve.
So the true spirit of camaraderie must prevail here. You have the knowledge, I need the knowledge. Now let's approach this man to man, or man to head.
Very well. We'll set the frequency boost at 5 and the induction coil at 0.2, first of all. And about the memory circuits, you'll need to update that.
But what about the thought wave transmissions? The radium control units will be overloaded.
Radium is useless. You'll need to use my formula for encapsulated thallium. 7,000 Roentgens will do it. And pay close attention to the electrolytic limitator. Set it at 12.2 amps. We are not bad partners, I must admit.
I think we'll find him in here.
The control units will be overloaded.
Is it friend or foe?
Hello, Dr. Mikosevich. Thought we'd find you here. You had your day with Dr. DeMarco. Now it's my turn.
Infidels! Infidels!
What's the matter, Mikosevich? Having trouble breathing? How about a little more ventilation?
slattern. Won't you leave me in peace?
So, Dr. DeMarco, we finally meet. Your little pet killed my sister.
Whore of Babylon, witch of Endor, I hoped never to encounter you again.
I'll make a better job of ridding the world of the likes of Septimus DeMarco. It was a mistake trying to save that incredible brain of yours.
My brain is 100 times more powerful now, thanks to you.
Pure intellect indeed. All you are is a bad piece of taxidermy. Without wires, you're just a very excellent paperweight.
My mind ranges free in the universe, communing with the stars, flying far beyond any of the constraints that limit your puny brain.
Enough of you, old man. Throw this piece of garbage in the trash, Zokar.
Your cerebellum has long since expired from neglect.
I understand, General. I'd be honored.
Good. We've really very little to go on, and we're relying on people like you to come up with something.
I have an idea, General. There's a Dr. Owens heading up a remote viewing program. Has anyone talked to her yet?
You know, I know of her. One of our branches is exploring a military use for that, but no one's talked to her yet.
Well, with your permission, I'll start there. Who knows what she might come up with.
You go for anything that might help us get a handle on this before it becomes untenable. Remember, the entire team must process any and all information first. No leaks to the media.
On any of our interplanetary flight stock, the internal organs of the human body will tend to decompose.
True, even if they were placed in a cryogenic state, the functionality of these space travelers would be questionable.
Exactly. That's why we've been experimenting with some chemicals to actually infuse into the bloodstream before we chill the bodies down. Seems to hold quite a bit of promise for tissue preservation. Problem is, we haven't tried on any humans yet.
JPL Labs, Nassar speaking. General Kingston, nice to hear from you. Is there a catch to this call?
Well, not a catch, but a request. The president has asked me to put together a team, and I'd like you and Jonathan to be on it.
I'd be honored, sir. Just a moment. Jonathan's here. I'll put you on a speakerphone. We're on, sir.
Okay, well, you've probably heard from the reports that have come out in the newspaper, the trouble that we're having with some sort of an event of entities, we don't even know who they are, showing up slashing people to death. And we are now trying to put together a group to find out what is actually going on with this. We have no clue at the present time except what's actually happened. So we don't know what it is, we don't know how to stop it. And so what we're trying to do is gather a group together to find out what it is and see if there's some way we can get a complete halt to this. So I appreciate you being on board with us.
Our little reporter seems to be doing quite well covering this. All too familiar. Pour me some more wine. I have a plan that will make us wealthy beyond your wildest dreams.
What have you got in mind?
I want you to get me a list of the consulates. I want a list of all the contact names of the foreign emissaries from the wealthier countries, the ones that are willing to spend big bucks for a strategic advantage.
Another scheme? When do you come up with the one that works?
You're not paid to think. You're paid to follow orders. Now go find me a prosthetics artist.
A what?
A mask maker. You know what they look like. Go find me one.
Is it true that you have been abducted by space aliens?
I should say. Oh my God, it was a horrible experience. You know, I really thought it was a dream because I don't even believe in space aliens. But then when I saw the marks on my body when I woke up.
You have marks on your body?
Oh,
my God.
Look.
Oh, Gary, look at this. She has. Did they hurt you, Liz?
Well, I don't remember of being hurt, but it was such a dream-like kind of thing. And then I woke up the next morning and I had these marks all over my body. That's why I knew it wasn't a dream.
What did they look like?
Oh, ugly. You know I like men, I love men, but I didn't like these. They were the weirdest looking old guys I ever saw, especially the one that was pulling me by my arm. Oh, they had big, round, egg-like heads with these big, dark black eyes, like holes in their face, and they were this way, not this way like ours.
Thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it, and your story is just amazing.
Oh, it is.
Thank you, Crystal. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Crystal Collins?
Yes?
I would really like to have a personal interview with you, if that's possible.
Oh, certainly. You can call me at home. Give me my card.
Thank you. I'll call you later this week.
Okay. See you then.
Thank you, Miss Collins.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, because this is the guy that's got the good job here.
Something is going on that's going to put this entire country in a state of panic if we don't put a stop to it.
And fast. We have more killings in another major city reported early this morning.
In addition to the ones reported in Baltimore?
Yes, and who knows where next.
This cannot continue.
The problem is trying to stop something we don't even understand. We can't anticipate where or when it happens.
Let's map out where these reported incidents are taking place.
Now, that could be a start. If we don't come up with an answer fast, we'll be forced to bring in the military.
What other options do we have? That may be the way to go.
I certainly don't think so.
Not quite yet. We don't have enough to go on.
The Wise One has given us access to those with greatest knowledge. We shall direct our creations to bring them to us following the cyber signals from the mark.
These aliens could be from planets as old as 18 billion years, and we're relatively young by comparison. We're only 5 or 6 billion years old, so they could be technologically more advanced than us by 8 billion years, which would make us look primitive by comparison.
Certainly, their intelligence has probably evolved to a point which is even beyond our comprehension. By comparison, we are mentally retarded children.
I would agree with their advanced state of development, but to say that we are uneducated and unintelligent? Hardly.
I have to agree with Dr. Niedermeyer. Our brains cannot fathom all of the knowledge that these other beings have gained through the millennium.
These other beings, are you trying to compare them to ourselves as humans?
I don't think it's possible for us to conceptualize the actual life form that they take. But one thing you can be sure of, it will be very dissimilar.
I certainly think so. ER, Swigert speaking.
Dr. Swigert, this is General Kingston. We need your help on a special project. The President has asked me to communicate with you and Drs. Niedermeyer and Grassoff. You've probably heard in the news of these beings, whoever they are, that are down here that are slashing people in the street. We're trying to find out who they are, what they are, where they came from, and how we can deal with them. And we really don't have any information on them. We're trying to find a group that we can put together that will help us with this to identify them.
As you know, Miss Collins, I'm writing for the ufology magazine UFO Alert, and we would like to get all the information we can from you. Now, how did you know you were abducted by space aliens?
How do I know?
Oh, listen, I thought the whole thing was a dream. I have memories of how these aliens looked, especially the one that was hanging on to me. And they took me up some stairs into some kind of a spaceship or something. But it was like a dream. It had a dreamlike quality. It seemed to fade in and out. And oh my God, I'll never forget what they looked like, especially the one that was pulling me by the arm. I went up steps into some kind of a spaceship or something, but of course I thought it was a dream. I don't even believe in space aliens. Well, not until now, I never did. But when I woke up later and I found these marks all over my body, I knew it was not a dream.
What marks?
Oh, look at this. Look at that.
Do you have any more?
Oh, yes, I do. I have them all over the place, but I'm not going to show them to you. They're in embarrassing places.
What do the aliens look like?
What do they look like? I know exactly what they look like. I'll just sketch one for you. I'll show you. Let me see if I can just get this up here. And I'll just show you exactly what the little devil looked like. Had a big, round, egg-shaped kind of head. Like this. And he had these huge, horrible eyes. Oh my God, they were the biggest, blackest, craziest looking eyes I ever saw. Oh, I don't think I got them exactly even, but you get the picture. The teeniest little nose, I don't even remember what his nose looked like. And just a teeny little mouth. Oh, he was ugly. And he was grabbing me, and I thought it was a dream. But oh, it wasn't a dream. They were real.
Well, thank you, Miss Collins. You've been a big help.
Well, I'm glad that I was able to tell you. Maybe this will help in some way.
Zika wants testing of special orders to our creations. They're to be given direction to attack and kill only certain specific targets. Targets that will eliminate resistance to our system. Are these programmed orders? Yes. The first targets will be those with certain colored eyes. Why that choice? These are all plain humans. Zika believes certain genetic traits are intrinsic to certain eye colors. If those targets can be isolated and destroyed, then Zika is certain that specific terminations can be conducted and may advance our cause more quickly. Good. Then let us proceed.
Hey, Kristen, dude, what's up? What you been feeding Eddie? Well, yeah, I've heard you've been attacking and stuff. Lotus? Dude, you don't feed him Lotus. Fishy trees. Yeah.
This one slashed her pretty bad. I don't know if there's any hope. Oh, that's okay. Bring her in here. I heard when those slashers got to her, took her apart, and left her on the street. Quick, let's get her ready for surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Great class.
You did very well, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Owens. I really enjoyed it.
Beverly, thank you so much for coming this evening. You did really great.
Thank you.
Dr. Owens,
Dr. West,
so good to see you. Is this a good time?
as good as any.
Good.
That was a great class.
Was it?
Uh-huh.
We need to speak seriously. Is this a good place?
As good as any.
Good.
What's on your mind?
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the ugly murders and slashings that have been taking place in various parts of the country.
I've been hearing it on the news.
Yes, well, you see, the president is faced with a dilemma. The general public is screaming for answers, and he has none. So he's put together a small group of people under the direction of General Kingston. Since I'm somewhat familiar with your work, he's asked me to solicit your interest here in the hopes that you might come up with something.
Do you have a place to start?
Not much at all. That's the problem. Kingston's putting together a group of intellectuals from NASA, JPL, and the medical sciences field in hopes that they'll start to come up with an answer.
It's our general practice to begin with a graphics chart. From that, we calculate longitude and latitude for a possible viewing area.
That's fascinating. Suppose we start in some of the areas where many of these attacks are taking place, like Boston.
Do you have a possible source, such as aliens?
Yes, as a matter of fact, aliens are being discussed as a possibility.
Crystal, how was your lunch? Oh, it was great. I like this little place. I drop in here every now and then because I like pita bread, and they have the best baklava.
They do, don't they?
Oh.
It's wonderful.
And how was your lunch?
It was wonderful, thank you. And Miss Collins, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to do this exclusive interview for our magazine. We're delighted. Our readers would like to know a few things. How many aliens abducted you? What did they look like?
This guy, this little ugly nincompoop that grabbed me by the arm and dragged me right out of my house was the ugliest thing I've ever seen. You know, at first I thought it was a dream, but I should have known it wasn't a dream because all the men in my dreams are good looking. And if I'm going to be abducted by someone, I want him to look like Rudolph Valentino. And these guys were the ugliest creatures I ever saw. Great big heads, big old black buggy eyes. Oh, they were terrible. But I remember there were a whole bunch of them, and they were all as ugly as the next one.
Oh, how awful. Did they torture you?
I don't know what they did to me, but I know that I ended up with these marks. Look at that one.
Is that an alien hickey?
Oh, I never thought about that. Maybe this is a hickey. Maybe they loved me is why they stole me away.
Maybe. Maybe they did, but it sounds pretty awful. How are you dealing with all of this?
Well, it is pretty scary. Well, I'm glad to get this out. I want people to know about it. I want them to know that people aren't crazy that are saying these things. They actually do happen.
Thank you, Miss Collins, for taking the time to do this interview with us. We really appreciate it, and we hope you're feeling all right.
I was glad to.
remote viewing, as you call it, it must require unique brain power.
Not necessarily, Dr. West. The entire universe is connected by magnetic fields. Remote viewing is a viable reality, and it works.
The president is being well informed, hourly updates. We'll see if there's been any new reports of attacks. May I use your phone?
Certainly.
This is our selection. See anything you like?
This will do fine.
Will that be cash or charge?
Cash. Keep it.
I don't like what I perceive here.
Now, what is it? What are you getting?
It's what was suspect all along. It's not a pretty sight. But who? Where?
Yes?
The emissary from Germany?
Back that way.
Emissary from Hungary.
You too. Who are you?
Havana, Cuba?
Go back that way. Have some booze. Yes?
Dion Alvarado from Panama.
Back that way. Some booze, some snacks back there. Don't eat them all. Yeah?
I'm from Romania.
Back that way. And you?
Representing Italy?
Yeah, that's nice. In there.
Zokar, what's happening?
I showed those foreign guys in the room like you asked.
Good. Did you tell them to make themselves at home and have a drink?
Yeah, I did that.
Good. Then I think it's time for us to start the demonstration.
Well, it's about time I could have some fun.
Don't forget, this is where we make the money. The big money. Gentlemen, you're here representing your respective countries. My demonstration won't take very much of your time, so please pay very close attention. You see before you two people, very much alive. Let's assume that they are your enemy. An enemy that needs to be eliminated. This electronic device gives the holder the power to control this Astro-Zombie. With a push of the button, it sends out the command to kill. Again. As you can see, they're indestructible. Imagine the tremendous power and advantage that you would have over your adversary. These indestructible robots will obey any command, whatever command you give them. Shall we start the bidding for the formula, let's say at 50 million? Who will go 60?
52! 55 million! 60.
The extended knowledge of more intelligent forces, our creations will have greater understanding of more complicated missions. We can direct them to more specific targets to test their responses.
I'm very uncomfortable with what I'm getting. It's something not of this world.
What do you mean? Like what?
If you please, Dr. West, let me continue.
By all means, but if this is something that we need to pass on to General Kingston or even the President himself,
Rest assured, Dr. West, if it's something meaningful I get, I'll pass it on to you.
Thanks. This is so scary. I mean, who are they and what do they want? Why all the killings?
Well, from what we've determined so far, the force of seemingly indestructible beings could cause an overwhelming blow on victims of a military action.
By large force, do you mean an army? Could they function as soldiers?
It's certainly a possibility. We need to find out where they're from and what or who motivates them.
Wow.
How wow?
Newsroom, this is Cindy Natal. Can I help you?
Yes, hi. I understand you're doing an in-depth coverage of these slashing murders that are taking place.
I'm one of many. It's hard getting any real information. Nobody knows where or when they're going to strike or for what reason.
Well, that's precisely why I need to speak with you. Can we meet somewhere and speak privately?
Yeah, we could do that. When and where?
My driver and I will meet you at the back of your TV station in, say, an hour, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be there.
Our Miss Cindy seems to have gathered a little information, but I think her boyfriend knows a lot more. Through her, we'll have a direct line to the president's staff.
So I gotta play Mr. Scary again, huh?
One step at a time. Right now, I think we have to pick up our bait.
Bait? Bait for what?
What do you think we're after? We're talking about money. Big money.
Can't ask for better than that. So let's just plan for all this big money we'll be getting.
Zokar, you're pushing my buttons. From now on, I give the orders, you follow. Understand?
Yes. We're here to pick you up. Get in.
I am Cindy Natal. We know who you are. My driver will take us someplace where we can talk privately.
Damn it. Put together a dependable team, try to get in touch with them, and I can't find anybody. What the hell's going on here? Connie, will you keep trying to reach Niedermeyer and Schweikert and have them tell us to contact us at least once a day. I'm going to get out of here and get some coffee.
I'll get that, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Zokar, that's enough. Perhaps a little bit of old-fashioned torture might loosen your tongue. I want the information that you've learned about the robotic zombies.
Look, everything I know is common knowledge on the streets. I'm as eager as you are to find out what they're all about.
I don't think so. I think your friend from Central Intelligence can shed a little light on what's going on. I suggest we arrange a little meeting.
Laura, could Could you file this for me?
Right away. Officers. I'll transfer you right away. To you, line 1.
I'll take it to my office.
Well, have we got anything on this Hampton case?
Tomorrow.
No, this can't wait. I need something now. I've been working 2 weeks on this case.
Okay, all right. I'll get on it right away. Will do.
Check on that mother-in-law. Something about her I just didn't like.
Got it.
Hello? Cindy, where are you? Been trying to reach you all day.
Jeff, I need to talk to you. It's urgent. Can you meet me at the restaurant right away?
Of course, dear. I'll head out now. Hey, Mac. I need to step out for an appointment. For some reason, I really can't explain, but I'm gonna slip on my tracer. If anything unusual happens the next day or two, I think you might run a trace on me.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Lancaster, your little Miss Cindy asked me to meet you. She said to tell you if you want to see her alive again, to follow my orders. I presume you're carrying. Let's have it. Slowly. Slowly.
Where is she? I want to see her.
You're driving. Get in. Now pull out of the parking lot and turn right.
The Earthlings are not prepared to deal with the sinister intentions of Zeketh and the Marauders from his asteroid. If we are to be of assistance, we must intercede at once. How do you propose to do that, since their plan has already been put into operation? We have come to the assistance of other life forms in our universe and succeeded. This time we must put an end to these rogue aliens for all time.
Found this on them.
What is it?
I don't know, but it's blinking. Not anymore.
I've been trained in various forms of torture. But perhaps my methods will work better on your girlfriend.
Here's the latest updates I have for you, sir.
It's beyond me. Everyone I contacted committed to communicating continuously. And now I can't reach any of them. Swikert, Niedermeyer, Grassoff, Rossmore, none of them.
Is it possible that they're holding meetings in their own seclusion?
More than likely, they all have their own agenda.
That's probably what it is. Everybody does.
I'm sure it's coincidental. Scientists and doctors all keep pretty busy. There's a lot of demands on their time.
I can understand how busy they might be, but after all, they did accept the responsibility of being on this special board.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. President, but someone who identifies himself as friendly forces insists on speaking with our leader.
Our leader? Is someone playing a joke?
Well, it won't take much to find out what that's all about. Bennington here. What can I do for you?
You are the leader of Earth people.
Well, I'm one of many. We have quite a few leaders here on Earth. Who are you? And what are these friendly forces you're talking about?
I'm ASPP-73. We wish to convey to you a very important message.
You're on the air. Go ahead.
We are from a distant asteroid. We know of your government's work toward colonizing other asteroids. You will succeed eventually. There is a sinister plan by invaders from another asteroid to create populations of humanoid types that will kill off Earth's current citizens.
But why? What is their purpose?
To enable their forces to take over and control all activities of your Earth.
With all the planets in the universe, why this Earth?
Your Earth is a very accommodating place to occupy. Under the evil aliens' control, the populations of humanoids must be destroyed before their plan can be successful.
What can we do to prevent this from happening?
We don't even know who they are or where to find them. We just know that a lot of innocent people are being pointlessly murdered.
We wish to be of service to your Earth and help you destroy these invaders.
If you are also a life form unlike ours, how will we know that we can trust that you're not after the same thing?
In the universe, there are many galaxies, all having civilizations in various stages of evolution. Some are not content with what they have, and they try to find other, less developed planets like your Earth to colonize and take over control.
That's preposterous. In all of our searches of the other planets, we've yet to find any life form that exists outside of the planet Earth.
As you say, you have been searching but have not found. Your technology is in its infant stages. You will eventually find other life forms and civilizations in your universe.
In what way are you able to help us?
In our own way, we will infiltrate the ranks of your alien enemy. And with your cooperation, we will destroy them, annihilate them with their own technology. There are no secrets in cyberspace.
In the best interest of our Earth, we will support you in your efforts to attain this goal.
That is good. You will eventually learn of what we will do. For the present, it is our intention to be friends with all colonies in the universe, no matter where they might exist in their various stages of evolution.
With these cryptolite cells, our creations can function for prolonged periods.
If those cells should fail, how will we continue to send orders to their receiving mechanisms?
In that event, a receptor is activated that renders immediate termination of our creations. I shall demonstrate. Beacon, you have sacrificed one of our creations to make a point. This world is filled with beings that we will control. They are expendable and will be terminated when no longer needed.
Hey, Laura, by any chance, have you heard from Jeff lately?
No, I haven't, Matt. Anything wrong?
Well, I hope not. Although he did ask us to look in on him if he didn't communicate for a day or two.
Jeff's a big boy. I'm sure he's all right.
Yeah, it's funny though. I was getting a tracer signal and then all of a sudden it just stopped.
Why?
Let's try a frequency deviation and see if we can get anything on that.
That's enough, Zokar. Perhaps he wouldn't like to see his little girlfriend's face altered.
Rotten bitch. You lay a hand on you, you'll regret this day.
You've had your chance. Now let's see what this little news person has to say.
I can't believe you're wasting your time thinking we know anything.
Perhaps you're right. We've set up a little demonstration for our foreign dignitaries. We could use a little help with our presentation as role models to demonstrate.
Going somewhere?
Yeah, I put an APB out on Jeff's vehicle. Metro seems to have located it at the Tropics restaurant. Empty. No traces of Jeff.
Did you try his girlfriend's? He hangs out there all the time.
Yeah, but all I got was an answering machine, and that's just not like Jeff. Give me a call a little later on if you dig anything up.
Shall do. And please let me know if you hear anything.
That's a promise.
Great.
What's that all about?
Selected the proper frequency. Our orders are being clearly followed.
We know they must be transmitting signals using one or more of the generic coding systems we are familiar with. We will continue to scan until their frequency is recognized. Fortunately, most of the rogue aliens utilize a system outmoded and no longer used. It should not be difficult to trace and find them. I will set the scanners to intercept all frequencies.
We must immediately alter transmission frequencies. There is an interception taking place. This is not possible except for those similar to ourselves. Earthlings do not have the ability to do this.
If this interception is taking place anywhere on this planet, it could cause us to...
Yes, it could cause our project a great setback if this is an attempt to disrupt our operations.
This has happened before. If it is our enemies from ASTP-376,
We may be facing a battle for our own survival. This time they will be facing a better prepared adversary. Time has allowed us to create stronger shields. I shall notify the others to be prepared.
It seems the rogue element has discovered their control frequencies are being intercepted. We will continue the sweep until we find them again. Shall I turn up the magnetic resonance output? Do whatever it takes to track and find them. No power on Earth can stop them. It is up to us.
Good afternoon, officer. What seems to be the problem?
This car's been reported missing. We need to get it towed.
Well, I'd rather not do that right now, if you don't mind.
Who are you?
Mac McClennan, FBI.
How long do you need?
About 2 hours.
Sorry, I can't do that. I'll give you 1 hour.
All right, give me 1 hour.
Okay.
Officers, may I help you?
Laura, I'm at Jeff's car right now, and there's no indication of what may have taken place. Can you use that electronic genius of yours and give me a fix on that last transmission from Jeff's tracer?
Don't know, but I can try. It could have been committed to the memory of my computer.
Well, give it your best shot, babes. What I need is a printout on a map, or maybe just a place to start.
Okay. If I can find it, do you want me to call back up?
Hell, if we get lucky, let me check it out first.
Okay, you want me to use cell communications if I get a placement?
Any way you can, sweetie.
Well, my loves, the emissaries have arrived, and you have one more chance to play our little game. Maybe even help yourselves get rich.
You can't understand. We're trying to find out for ourselves what it is you want to know.
Cindy, you're too thick-headed to understand anything.
Maybe you're the one that's too thick-headed to understand this, but you'll understand soon enough.
Find something, 47th Street?
I did get a printout, and it seems like the last signal from Jeff was down on 47th Street in Portsmouth in Fontana.
Fontana? Where the hell is Fontana?
On this map, it looks like it's about 16 miles down to 47th Street and then on over to Portsmouth.
Got it. See ya.
What do you mean, see ya? Mac! Mac!
Jim, and of all the people, I can't believe Jeff won't communicate.
I've tried all of his other numbers, sir. Is there anything else I can do to help?
Yeah. Some more coffee would help.
Yes, sir.
I believe we have succeeded in avoiding detection by the intruders. We will carry on as planned.
We now have their coordinates. They foolishly have switched to an even more obsolete frequency. We must now move to intercept and destroy them.
Iraqi, Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm from Colombia.
What? Check me out.
The demonstration will begin very shortly. Help yourself to a drink, please.
Like this? Good.
As you're well aware, gentlemen, the key to power is control. With the power to control, the world is yours. We have found this previously undiscovered controlling power that we're offering to the highest bidder. We're going to begin this demonstration with the order to kill to the subordinate.
That's enough of this funny demonstration. Drop the sword. You, freeze! You guys, get the hell out of here.
Sokar, kill him!
My God, Jeff. Just let me know next time you take on a job like this.
Yeah, sure, Mac, like I had this planned in advance.
It wasn't his fault, it was mine. He was only trying to help me out of a tight spot.
Well, doesn't matter whose fault it is. Fact is, damn near got you both killed.
Well, it looks like their extortion plot backfired.
I'm glad it was them and not us.
Okay, I better let the office know what happened. Laura can call Metro, and we can get the hell out of here.
It's gonna be a hell trying to explain this to anyone.
Like who would want to try?
You, Jacob. We finally meet again. This will be our last communication. Your work on this planet is finished. Your efforts to stop us are useless against our superior technology. I'm afraid you have overestimated your technology. Your weapons are outmoded and useless. Destroy them now. Our work here is finished. We shall notify the leader that his planet is free of the evil one.
This is the area right here that Mac found us. So that's why we were out of communication. I mean, it was a close call, and if it hadn't been for Mac, it could have been our last call.
I knew it would have been something beyond your control to keep you from checking in.
President's office. One moment, please. One who has to speak to our leader before wishes to speak to you again.
We have been anxiously awaiting your call.
The evil aliens, Zeke and his assistants, have been destroyed, along with all of their control systems that brought about the half-human, half-zombie creations.
For this we are deeply grateful, and we thank you for your concern for the people of this earth.
We must warn you to be ever alert to rogue aliens attempting to colonize your Earth.
And how do you propose that we may recognize any further intrusion?
You yourselves must develop this ability. Until then, those of us wishing to further alliances with your Earth will make forays into your atmosphere in an attempt to root out and put a stop to any such efforts to colonize and dominate your people. We now leave your planet to return to our own asteroid.
Man, oh man, you believe that? What an ordeal.
I'm sure glad it's over with.
For you and me both.
Guess we've had our eyes open to a lot these past few days.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Okay, well, I guess we've had our eyes open to a lot these past few days.
You smart aleck, but I do love you.
And I love you too, Chuck. You're good.
My gosh, can you believe it? We actually survived.